Netflix Warner Brothers Discovery, WBD, deal blockage. Opening, the big deal. Late 2025. The entertainment world is bracing for what could be the biggest shakeup in decades. Netflix, the global streaming juggernaut, has struck a deal to acquire Warner Brothers Discovery Studios and streaming business. For roughly $72 billion, Netflix would gain control of legendary IP, from HBO Max to DC Comics, from blockbuster film franchises to beloved TV series. It's a bold gamble, merging the world's largest streamer with a Hollywood powerhouse. But critics warn, this could consolidate too much power over what we watch, who makes it, and how movies and shows are distributed. The pitch to regulators: we're still behind YouTube. Under U.S. antitrust law, regulators care about market dominance. Could this merger give Netflix too much control over what viewers see? That's the key question. Here is where Netflix makes its most aggressive argument, not by pointing to other streamers but at what people actually watch: YouTube. At a recent investor conference, Netflix co-CEO Greg Peters laid out the case plainly. Even after absorbing Warner Brothers, Netflix estimates it would move from about 8% of U.S. TV viewing hours to 9%. Meanwhile, YouTube would still have roughly 13%. Their argument: if regulators define the video/TV market broadly enough to include user-generated platforms like YouTube and, by implication, short-form apps and social video, Netflix plus WBD doesn't dominate. It simply becomes one major player among many. In that framing, the combined company isn't a monopolist. It's part of a crowded, evolving landscape. The regulatory and political pushback, but that argument may not hold up. For antitrust purposes, regulators often use narrower definitions: premium scripted content, movies, TV series, studio films, where Netflix plus Warner would be a dominant force. Some in Washington agree. Former U.S. President Donald Trump has publicly warned that the deal could be a problem, flagging its large market share as a major concern. Legal and industry voices echo that concern. They worry not just about streaming dominance, but the control over decades of content, films, shows, creative talent, that this merger would vest in a single corporate entity. And now, a class action lawsuit has been filed by consumers in the U.S., alleging the deal would reduce competition and limit viewer choice. The stakes: what's really at risk? If the merger goes through, the consequences would ripple far beyond Hollywood. It could reshape how and where we watch movies and series, fewer competing platforms, more centralized control over must-see content. For creators, writers, actors, directors, bargaining power might shift. With one company owning so much, content creators may find fewer alternative buyers for their work. For global audiences, including markets like India, the ripple effects could reorder OTT competition, theatrical releases, and how studios approach global distribution. For regulators, the task is complex. How do you define the market in 2025? What counts as a competitor? A high-budget streaming service, or any platform where people watch videos? Netflix insists the broader definition should apply. Critics argue that's cherry-picking data to suit its agenda. The unfolding drama: a high-stakes gamble. At the moment, Netflix is super confident the deal will close, but confidence is uncertainty. The outcome will likely depend on how regulators see the video market definition and whether consumer advocates, competitors, and political actors push hard to block the merger. For viewers, for creators, for competitors, the result could redraw the media map for decades to come.